Okay, so let's finally look at the benefits of Mindshift. It can help to reduce tension in the home, among friends, because the things that create tension between people is only asking one question. Is somebody willing to change their attitude among the two of us? That's the only question he's asking. Is one of us willing to change, or the two of us, can we change? And if the answer is no, tension continues. But if one party is willing to do a self-reflection and ask himself or herself, what do I gain from this? Why should I kill myself over what is not? Why is my life this way? Is this the way I want to live until I die? And you make up your mind to say, no, that's not what it's going to be. I will change. The tension will drop. In Mindshift, when you do a self-reflection, it exposes the things that you need to change about your life. It can help to reduce anxiety. There are people who are very, very fearful. They are afraid of anything. If we should hear a bang out there, somebody's going down under the chairs. Because they are so scared of anything. You're not far from, no, I won't mention it. But there's something anxiety causes. There's something it creates. It can lead to panic attack. It can lead to heart attack. You know how I overcame fear? There are two things that fear wants to do to you. I will disgrace you, or I will kill you. Those are the two things we fear most in our lives. If someone says, I will disgrace you, what do? You want to run. If someone says, I will kill you, you also run. Or if you know something that will kill you, you don't want to go near it. Now, I overcame those two things. Disgrace me is okay. So what does it mean? People will say, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that, I'm that. So where does that lead you? Because I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. I will not allow you to remote control my life and take me out of tune of my job. Or something tells me you are going to die. Are people just dying? Young people die, old people die. If I die, so what is it? I'm not afraid to die. So if you are not afraid to die, what will death do to you? Because the greatest fear a lot of people have is death. If you make up your mind to overcome death and disgrace, you will overcome anxiety. You know what it does to us? Look at this person. What's his name? Jacob. He didn't, the way he was thinking, a problem that happened between him and his brother many years ago, and he started thinking, now that I'm going, my brother is going to kill me. Now that I'm going, my brother will see that I'm a very rich man. He will take everything from me, he will kill me and take my wife. Where did him and his brother meet and they had that discussion? So we have right inside of us the institution that creates fear and that gives the sense of disgrace and dishonor. is our imagination. It's our imagination. If we're able to fight it and get it right, things will be open for us. It can help you recover from depression. A lot of people are depressed. Why? Because they feel locked up. There is a situation they are going through. They can't walk their way out of it. They feel locked up in it. They can't help themselves. It has to do with how you think. It can help to overcome bad habits and behaviors. It can help you to gain traction in life. When you do mind shift, when you shift the way you think, when you shift the way of your understanding, it can help you to start afresh and gain a fresh movement. It can also create a positive attitude in you. It can help to set you on the right side of life, and it can help you to be a better person. Do you want to be a better person? Engage in Mindshift concept. Engage in Mindshift concept. A lot of us in Africa, we blame the West for our problem. Do we realize that whatever problem we are going through, the West has gone through it at one time? Who did they blame? God. They fought their way and conquered us. And we are still blaming them. So it's time, it's about high time we rise. It's about high time we start thinking differently. It's about high time we start to think developmentally. It's about high time we start to think creatively. It's about high time we start to think, how can I get things done? How can I get things done? There is help. There is help. The floor is open. Contributions, questions. Where's the microphone? Anybody wanting to ask a question or make a contribution? Who opens the floor for us?
Thank you very much. That was a very powerful presentation. My question would be, how can one unprogram his or her belief? How can one undo that which is wrong in his or her mind?
Thank you. How can one deprogram one's belief? Wrong belief, one's wrong belief. It is to first of all identify and agree that the belief is wrong. Because the greatest disservice that you can do to yourself is to lie to yourself. If you lie to people, you will get away with it. But when you tell yourself lies, you are going to die with it. Because you can never progress. You can never move beyond that lie you are telling yourself. So the first thing to do is to find a way to understand that this belief is wrong. When you believe and you know it is wrong, then you begin the path to deprogram that belief. And because memory, the brain, where that is responsible for the storage of these informations and memories, cannot be wiped off like the hard disk of a computer. It has to take the same process by which these things were created in to recreate it. Now that's why during, according to history, during those time of the war in Europe, that whether it was Russia or Germany that kept people in prison, and they kept
some of the erroneous beliefs that we have. You mentioned the example you mentioned by standing at the door to eat. Well, it may not be completely erroneous. Our parents in those days, they have a funny way of passing information. When they say if you eat at the door, you won't get food, it's another way to tell you that, see, somebody may accidentally, hit the food and it will pour, and that means you will go hungry that night. So, the same way my mother would tell me that, see, don't sweep at night. When you sweep at night, no, Daddy, don't sweep at night. Of course, what they are trying to say is that night is not clear enough, it's not bright enough, so you might not be able to see all the nooks and crannies to clean the place. So they have their own unique way of passing information in the simplest manner. Now, all the lists, the different personalities that you have encapsulated on the board, and the common denominator, which is the thinking, the tragedy that we have as Africans or as a people, and where we are today, is because we don't think truly. We don't think. Because we don't think, because we don't have the thirst for knowledge, for information, we get stuck to what we have, whether rightly or wrongly. And that's why we can hold on to certain beliefs for a long time, even when there are clearly, evidence that what we are holding on to, either the situation, at that time have changed, and it's clear in our minds that say we cannot continue to hold that. We should embrace change. And it's because we are not thirsty for knowledge. The difference between we and the West is that one person can sit down in one place. Okay, let us even take investigation for instance. They can investigate an issue for years until they get to the bottom of it. They are never tired until they unravel it. We are very easily, we just drop it. Just do one or two things, we have moved. And that's why we continue to hold on. Let me relate it or situate it to our environment. Attitude to life. This is the only country where when you greet somebody in the morning, if I take 10 people in this place, I said, how was your night? They will answer you in one particular way. Not bad. We always come from the negative. Nobody will tell you that it was beautiful, it was great, it was nice. It's always not bad. Why must bad come into our answer? Why must bad come into it? Why not just good? It was good. It was nice. It was beautiful. Whatever the heart of man can conceive, or the way the heart of man thinks, or just like the Bible says, as the man thinketh, so he is. So if you think positively, you begin to see positive things come your way. But if you begin to hold on to negativity, I'm afraid it will just be, in one place. Thank you.
Managing. I'm not managing life. I'm living life. I'm enjoying life. Know there is power in your world. Not bad. They're not good also. So if it's good, why not say good? If it's wonderful, why not say wonderful? Thank you very much for those points you raised. Yes, there's a hand here.
Sounds like a question though, but I'll just go straight to it. I want to compare here with the Western world here in the Western world, the difference is very clear when it comes to this subject of Mindshift. I guess they have understood it so well that even their children grow with it. My question is, in this particular subject of Mindshift, don't you think it's right to introduce it at an early age and with us here? Because there's a very big difference with them, like Mr. Sam mentioned earlier, like the way they think they can stand on a particular thing until they get it done. So it didn't just start in adulthood, it started when they were growing up. So, but we don't have that tenacity here, we don't have that thing, we don't have, the environment doesn't just allow you to stand on one particular case and just get it through. So, don't you think this Mindshift should be taught from, just away from crèche?
Now, just to support what you are saying, if you take an African child and show the child a dog, what will the child do? But when you take a Western boy, a child either black or white or yellow to wear a dog, what will the child do? He goes to lost the dog. What's the difference? That's exactly what you are saying. Because right from the cradle, they have been told and they have seen how their parents have related to these animals. Even if not their parents, they have seen how others have related. But when our own children see us with dogs, what do? We kick them. Get out of here. Or take stick and pursue. And so when our children see us do that to animals, what do you expect them to do? They will do likewise. We have beaches here. They are looking for it. If they have it, they will turn it into a heaven. The ones they have, they beautified it. We have mountains and hills of different types in Africa. Over there, the mountains, when it snows, it becomes a recreation thing. If we had mountains here with snow in Africa, we all die inside the snow. But for them over there, they turn it into money industry. They make a lot of money from it. And you can't believe it. People send schools, organize school trips in March to come to France and Switzerland for skiing. Because there are schools where they are taught skiing here and we don't have ice, no snow. So you can imagine how much investment people are making in other nations. And we have what we can turn around to make money, rather we depend on help from above. Why? Because we think we are poor. We will be poor. Because that's how we think. We think, oh, we don't have what it takes to make it. We can never have it. These people didn't have it. They created it. They made them. So in our own homes, let's step up the game. Let's step up the game. Let there be a Mindshift between you and a non-colored person. There's no difference. It's the same blood that runs through us. The way their brain is wired is the way our brain is wired. The only difference is what we put in our brain and what they put in their brain. We put fun in our brain here. They put seriousness in their brain. They train themselves to be serious. They train themselves to be development oriented. We train ourselves to be entertainers. And they are using us. We entertain them with football, they give us money. We entertain them with basketball, they give us money. We entertain them with music, they give us money. But now, let's have all the music, all the games, and no hospitals. No surgery. No aeroplane. No train, no car. Let's continue to sing and dance. Where will that get us? I'm not trying to deride the creative industry, no. But I'm saying there are other areas of life that we also need to focus on. And then we'll be angry. Oh, they brought Christianity. Okay, if they brought Islam, if we reject those ones, then let's reject every other thing. We should. Let's think. Let's change the way we think. Are you changing towards something that is good or towards something that is bad? Are you allowing yourself to be influenced negatively or you allow yourself to be influenced positively? For those who are coming for the first time, when next we invite you, please invite somebody. And for those who have been coming, please, next time, invite somebody. Have you enjoyed today? Yes. Have you learned something? Yes. Okay, so let me hear. Somebody who was coming for the first time. First time. Where are the hands? No one, I'll still call you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My contribution is going to be with respect to the second point, that those who see opportunities and complain of lack of opportunities. I myself, I work in a very important institution. I would say I'm very fortunate to work there. But I complain that there is lack of capacity. The reason being that is that there is no organizational structure. The structure is very bad. When I came in the first week, I complained about it because where I was working before I came to my present office, there was a very good structure. But of course, it's a government institution and it's very important. But there is no structure. That is the issue. And that you can't say that there is no capacity. Anyone who is there, you must have gone through a rigorous training before you get there. You must have. That is prerequisite. And the result is their process, of course. But you wouldn't have the ability to speak out. In fact, the moment I started murmuring about it, someone was like, I know that you are brutally honest, but please just focus on what brought you here and don't even go further complaining about structure or anything, because it's everybody is observing that there is structure and then we can't do nothing about it because you might not want to jeopardize your job, and you just have to be silent about it. So it's not like you don't want to do nothing about it, but you don't have the avenue to do something about it.
You have the supervisor?
I beg?
You have the supervisor?
Yes.
Look, when you talk of it by mouth, you don't get anywhere. Put something on it, will remain so. So don't talk, act. When you talk, you will be singled out as a complainer and as someone who wants to usurp their authority. But when you put something down and you go for consultation to say, I observe this and I'm proposing this as a solution. I'm not saying you should do it, but you may want to take a look at it and you drop it. You should have rest in your mind that you have done something. And whatever they do with it is their business. But make sure you are a solution provider. Don't be part of the problem. People who talk create problems. Who talk create problems. People who act find solutions. Okay. This is the first time
being here physically, so I've really been blessed. Many a times we hear about changing our mindset, but the way we look at it has been very different because you've made it very practical and very simple, and especially the steps that you have given us. So before we look at it from a very far-fetched end, we say that it's just something maybe you go to school and learn and change your mind. But it's been very practical, and everybody, I believe, who is here has really got something. And even the affirmation that you said is something I think I told my staff last year, that last year I was not going to get angry with anybody. But also what has to be done will be done. So there was no way, because at some point, frustration would come. I want to do certain things. But they know that if they get me angry, I will not enforce those things. So I remember telling them last year that I will not get angry, but what has to be done will be done. Yeah. So at least I was able to use that to get myself to do things, because then they will just get me angry and then I will let things go like that. But last year I was able to use it, so it's been really a blessing being here. Thank you.
Thank God. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. That's awesome.
I say thank you very much. Today is my first time learning about the intercession, power of formation. Then you only do that from today. Start practicing the power of formation. I'm sitting myself very much.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So, let's clap for ourselves. Thank you very much for coming for the end of this year. So, expecting us, we'll get in touch with you. Thank you, and God bless you. DG is here. Let's appreciate the DG of Hawaii. Let's appreciate him. Let's appreciate him. Thank you very much. And bye. See you again.